What's good? It's your boy Jay, that's me. We're going to get into Monday Night Raw from June the 23rd, 2025. An okay show, but still boring and bland nonetheless. So it is what it is. We kicked the show off with Seth Rollins. He cuts the same old promo he's been cutting for the last 2 or 3 months. Not really saying much of anything. Just saying that he's going to go after all the top guys that he's been dealing with, basically. From Cody to LA Knight. And that's it. And then he just says that, he's got the Money in the Bank briefcase. He says that this is the finish line. It's the end game. It always has and always will be Seth Rollins. It's like he wastes everybody's time. And his faction is useless at this point. It's useless. It's been going on for, 2 months? And they've not really done much of anything at all. There's still no name. They have no new entrance theme. Nothing. And they haven't even really stated why they're even a faction and what's their end goal to all this. Nothing. But I don't know. Because just feuding with mid-carders like LA Knight and Penta, that's not going to do much of anything. And I'm a fan of those guys. I'm a fan of Penta and LA Knight. But, again, those guys are mid-carders. But it is what it is. So, this leads us into the first match of the night. Braun Breaker defeats Penta via the spear. Really good match. Bunch of good near falls here. Both guys look good as per usual. Braun's a damn star in the making, and same with Penta. I wish that both guys were higher on the card, but at this point, it is what it is. There's not much we can do about it. Moving on. So, Adam Pearce basically just tells AJ Styles that Dom is hurt. And the match at Night Champions is basically off. So AJ thinks that Dom is ducking him. And then we got some more New Day nonsense. Who cares? Standing with the Judgment Day. Who cares? None of this is important. I assume that the match is called off because Dom probably doesn't want to go to Saudi. So that makes the most sense. We'll probably have it either next week or the week after. That's fine there. Although I was looking forward to AJ Styles versus Dom. I think that would have been kind of cool. Moving on, we had a sit-down interview with Bill Goldberg, with Michael Cole. Goldberg tells Michael Cole that there's no way he's going to let Gunther disrespect him on the fly. He took his family and fans trying to relax. Not to worry about anything. He steps into a verbal assault from Gunther. He says the lack of respect that night was unbelievable. Gunther disrespected him in front of his wife, son, and fans in his adopted hometown of Atlanta. Goldberg says he's not going to let that slide, and he's going to get his revenge. He doesn't care if he has 1 foot in the grave and no one will talk to him like that and get away with it. And Gunther put himself on the spot. He wanted a match. He says Gunther wasn't going to get away with it. He's going to make sure that, he's going to make him pay. He's going to beat the fuck out of him at Saturday Night's Main Event. So that's really good. I enjoyed that. Really good stuff. So apparently moving forward, Goldberg is going to be appearing more, probably in backstage segments, building up Goldberg and Gunther at Saturday Night's Main Event. So that's pretty cool. So we got 2 or 3 more appearances left for Goldberg. That's really good. So cool stuff there. I do like that. Really good stuff. More Judgment Day stuff. I don't care about it. We're going to skip that. Who cares? We move into Bayley. She's getting ready for her match backstage. So Lyra comes in, who apologizes for last week. They briefly argue, and Bayley apologizes. Bayley says this match tonight has been on her mind all week. And when she beats Becky tonight, Lyra will be the first in line for a title match. Okay, that's fine there. Moving on. This leads us into the Queen of the Ring. Jade Cargill versus Roxanne Perez. Jade Cargill defeats Roxanne Perez via the Jaded. Really decent match because of Roxanne Perez. Jade looked a little bit better here. She's getting a little bit better, little by little. And I like it. And I know how the dumbass fans on social media, they criticize Jade Cargill because she left AEW. Go fuck yourself. Just go fuck yourself. Nobody cares about what you guys think. You guys are not important. You guys are losers. We're losers. Who cares? Jay left because she wanted to better herself. So, so it's fine there. Post-match, Asuka came out, and the two of them briefly had a stare down, and that was pretty cool. So I do like that. I would assume, since Triple H is booking the show, I want to say Asuka's going to win. It seems like they're going to go with student mentee with Asuka and Io. Same with Cody and Randy. So that's fine there. I assume we're still going to get to Jade Cargill and Naomi at SummerSlam. So I would imagine maybe on SmackDown, maybe Naomi cashes in, and then from there we build to Jade Cargill and Naomi that way at SummerSlam. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. But this is pretty good here. Moving on. So Sheamus is backstage with the Alpha Academy in Italia. So Rusev comes in. He gets in the face of Sheamus. Rusev tells him he does his damage in the ring like a god, while Sheamus does it backstage like a snake. Sheamus says he was nothing in the League of Nations. He's tired of talking. He tells Rusev it's time to put up or shut up. Rusev tells him he'll make him remember this, and then he walks away. This is fine. This is okay. Rusev, to me, has lost his aura, but still have a lot of guys that came back, like Aleister Black, same thing. Both those guys have lost their aura. Rusev may lost his aura because Lana is not there right now, so there's that. I know a lot of people want WWE to do their own version of the Redeemer, which they should, but it seems like they're not going to, so that sucks ass. But Rusev should be a top guy. Same thing with Aleister Black. Like, both of those guys should be at the top of the card, in top feuds. It doesn't have to be like the main feud, but they should be like top 2, top 3 feud. That's really what they should be doing, in my opinion. So it is what it is. Gunther comes out next. He begins by saying that last week he was supposed to celebrate him regaining the World Heavyweight Championship, but Goldberg came out and told him that he was next. Gunther says he did a lot of thinking. He thought about what it means to be next. Usually it means being speared, 1, 2, 3, and a jackhammer. That's it. He says Goldberg is the most destructive man of his generation, but it's not 1999 anymore. It's 2025, and right now he's the guy. I don't know about that, Gunther, and you're not the guy in my opinion. The guy still is Roman Reigns right now, brother. Even though he's taken a great step back, he's still the guy, Gunther. You're the work rate guy. Well, you're one of the work rate guys. Gunther says he's the best professional wrestler in the company, and the title proves it. But there's nothing Goldberg can say that would change his perception of him. And that perception is that he sees a 58-year-old one-trick pony that can't lace up his boots. Gunther apologizes to Goldberg's wife and son for everything he's going to do to the man that used to be Bill Goldberg. I love that. Really good promo. I like that. Good shit there. He also says that he's not like anyone that he ever stepped in the ring with. It's his responsibility to make sure that the legacy and myth of Bill Goldberg forever dies. And that was it. So a really good promo there. I'm excited to see how things play out there. Moving on, this leads us into Sami Zayn and Karrion Kross. They have a backstage argument. Karrion Kross knew that Sami Zayn wouldn't win. So basically, Sami Zayn punches Karrion Kross, and then Kross smiles and says he got what he wanted. So both him and Scarlett, they laugh at each other, and Kross tells Scarlett that he got him. So that's fine. This is going to be on the Night of Champions card, which is fine with me. I'm down with that. I actually predicted that on my SmackDown review, so that was good there, and that makes the most sense. Hopefully this will lead into a feud and not just a one-and-done match. Again, people are still speculating online that Kross is basically done come July. So I don't know. Hopefully he's not. Hopefully they can turn this into a feud and he ends up re-signing, because Karrion Kross is another guy who could be a top guy. That's just me. Moving on, this leads us into Becky Lynch versus Bayley for the WWE Women's Intercontinental Championship. Lyra Valkyria basically gets involved, and this is going to lead to a triple threat match, basically, at Evolution. Who cares about this shit? I mean, we all knew this was going to happen. Penta takes out Chad Gable. He does the sacrifice, and officials break it up, so there's that. That's fine there. Raquel Rodriguez, she calls out Rhea Ripley. Doesn't say much anything. The two of them, they get into a brawl. Roxanne Perez comes out to make the save, and this allows for Raquel to hit the Tiana bomb through the table. So there's that. And then this sets up for a street fight. I would assume next week. No, not next week. It's going to happen in Saudi. So they're actually adding a lot of matches to the card, which is good. So it seems like we might have a good 7-8 matches. We might have a good 7 matches. Hopefully, that's the case. And then this leads us into the main event of the evening, King of the Ring. Cody Rhodes versus Jey Uso. Cody Rhodes wins via the Crossroads. And post-match, Cody and Jay, they end up dapping up. And then they shake each other's hands, and that was it. So this is fine there. Makes sense. It is what it is at this point, though. I wish they would have done more. I wish they would have had, backstage promos throughout the night and everything else and all that. My thing is, going forward, what do you do with Jey Uso? Where the hell does he go? I know Rikishi's probably pissed off right now, losing his shit, but it is what it is. He can kindly fuck off with that. It's not that important. Look, I like Jey Uso. I do. He's okay. But Jay is at his best when he's the right-hand man. If Jay would have been a more serious Jey Uso when he won the title at Mania, I would have pushed for him maybe to get it for 3 months, maybe even 4 months at best, but nothing beyond 4 months. But that's just me. I'm not the only one who feels that way. But Rikishi, once again, can fuck off with that. Like, nobody cares about Jey Uso like that. I like him. He is over because of the yeeting, which lasts for 20 minutes, but shit, But Monday Night Raw was okay for the most part. I know the ratings on Raw have dipped, but people need to quit complaining. Again, this is WWE's first year. They've only been with Netflix for 6 months, all right? And I'm pretty sure Netflix is going to let some stuff slide. But as we go into year 2, I think they're probably going to end up wanting to expect more from them. And again, this is a 5-year deal. We've got until 2030. So this shit's going to be locked in for a minute. I could see if they were doing this, we were getting these lackluster, boring shows, and we've been going with Netflix for 3 years. I could see that shit. But as of right now, no. Everything right now, they're taking it in strides. And eventually WWE will get their act together, and they need to. But these shows are lifeless. They don't have any stars on there, and if they do, they come out towards the end, like CM Punk and Cody and Seth Rollins. That's another thing. Seth Rollins' faction is useless. What is their end goal? What's the end goal for this faction? What are they after? Really, what are they after? Because this makes Braun Breaker look bad, this makes Bronson Reed look bad, and this ultimately makes Paul Heyman look bad. It was cool that Seth Rollins referred to Paul Heyman as his oracle. I definitely dug that, but outside of that, what is the end goal for all this shit? Seriously, where do they go with this shit going forward? I don't know. I really don't know. I don't. But your guess is as good as mine. I hope that the WWE will eventually get its act together, because it needs to. But Triple H is a boring booker. He's a bad booker. He really is. He's a bad booker because he wants to make the main roster NXT black and gold, and you can't do that shit. WWE was at its best when it had wacky, zany, crazy characters. That's why NXT 2.0 did so well in NXT. And a lot of the hardcore fans of NXT, they got pissed and left. Who cares? Again, that's what wrestling is all about. That's what got you into wrestling. It was the larger-than-life characters and the storylines. It was not the moves and the matches. That's not what got most of us into wrestling. It's not. But WWE is going to have to do better. Triple H is going to have to pull his head out of his ass and begin to do better and book better. If you have stars on your show, use them. Don't just bring them out in the last 5 minutes of the show or last 2 minutes of the show. Use them throughout the entire night. Build story and intrigue throughout the night. That's all you gotta fucking do. It's not hard. But hopefully in due time, Netflix will begin to light a fire up under the ass of WWE. And it has to happen. And I think that the same thing is going to happen with Tony Khan. I think that Warner Brothers, they're going to end up lighting a fire up under AEW's ass. It needs to happen. It just needs to. But what did you guys think of Monday Night Raw? Like, comment, subscribe. Peace.